Have you ever looked in the mirror and felt like something was missing? Not your smile, not your spirit, but the way your hair met your glasses or didn't. Maybe it felt a little flat, a little too safe, or too much like someone you no longer are. After 50, we don't just grow older, we grow deeper, wiser, more radiant. But sometimes our hair forgets to come along. And when we wear glasses, that beautiful tool of vision, of intellect, we need our hair to frame more than just our face. We need it to lift us, to soften us, to speak the quiet confidence we've earned. But too often, it does the opposite. It weighs us down. A style too long pulls everything south. A cut too blunt draws harsh lines on a face meant for grace. And yet, the right cut can do the opposite. It can be your gentle lift, your instant glow, your elegant rebellion against time's shadow. This is not about chasing youth. This is about choosing brilliance. About finding the haircut that lets your glasses become art, not afterthought. Your frames are not in the way. They are part of the story. And the right hairstyle, oh, it knows how to dance with every edge, every curve, every lens you wear. So today we begin, not with scissors, but with insight. We'll walk through 5 cuts that don't fight your features. They honor them. That don't clash with your glasses. They complete them. Styles that bring out your cheekbones, soften the jaw, lift the eye, and celebrate everything you are right now. Because beauty after 50 isn't about erasing lines, it's about creating harmony. And when hair and glasses work together, that harmony is breathtaking, ready to begin. Let's step into a world of possibility, where the mirror smiles back and says, "Yes, that's the woman I've always seen." There's a reason this cut has endured, why women across decades return to it like a familiar melody that still moves them. The soft, layered bob is not trendy. It is timeless. It is poised. It is grace without trying. And for women who wear glasses, it may just be your perfect partner. Because where frames bring structure, this cut brings flow. Where angles define, the layers soften. It begins just below the chin. Not too short to feel severe, not too long to pull your features down. The magic lies in the movement. Soft layers, subtle shaping, a gentle curve that lifts the face without needles, without artifice. If your hair has thinned with time, as it does for many of us, this cut creates volume without teasing, without tricks. It bounces even when you don't move. It shines with every step. And the frames? Oh, they don't compete. They collaborate. The softness of the bob lets your glasses shine without stealing the scene. They coexist, a symphony instead of a solo. A side part can elevate it further. Just a shift of the line and suddenly your eyes sparkle like they're telling a beautiful secret. Want more depth? Add highlights. Not bold streaks, but whispers of light that play off the layers like sunlight on ripples. It's a style that doesn't age you. It awakens you. It doesn't try too hard. It knows you don't need that. Because elegance at this age isn't about drama. It's about harmony, balance, and the quiet power of knowing who you are. Ask your stylist for softness at the ends. Nothing blunt, nothing boxy. Just gentle graduation, like petals unfolding. Blow dry with a round brush, lift at the roots, let it curve into place as if it was always meant to fall that way. Low maintenance, high reward. Every morning a reminder, you are worth the care, the beauty, the attention. And when you catch your reflection, frames in place, layers swaying, eyes lifted, you'll feel it. That quiet yes inside your chest. There's a certain kind of woman who chooses the pixie, not because she wants to hide, but because she's ready to be seen. And if you're over 50, wearing glasses, and craving something that feels like liberation, this may be your cut. Not the harsh pixie of the past, shaved tight, all edges, no forgiveness. No, this is a new version. Refined, feminine, strong, but soft where it matters. The secret, side bangs, whispered across the forehead, falling gently to one side. They shift the whole story. They soften the lines, add movement, create mystery. Frame your eyes like the delicate arms of fine glasses. With side bangs, you don't just wear the pixie, you float in it, you own it, and it doesn't overwhelm your frames, it enhances them. The space around your ears lets your glasses breathe. Let them shimmer. Let them become jewelry for the face. This cut is light, freeing, like shedding what no longer serves you and stepping into something effortless. And let's not forget how easy it is. A touch of styling cream, a few tousled fingers, and you're out the door, polished without the pressure. No flat irons, no endless hours with the brush. You've earned this ease. You deserve this simplicity. It's not just a cut, it's a statement that says, I've lived, I've grown, and now I edit. For women with thinning hair, the pixie with side bangs adds lift at the crown and softness at the face. No heaviness, no drag. It's structure with soul, style with intention. And when paired with stylish frames, whether bold, delicate, round, or cat-eyed, the result is striking, balanced, uncomplicated, utterly alive. If you've been hiding behind longer hair, afraid to let go, this might be the transformation you didn't know you were ready for. Somewhere between long and short, there lives a cut that feels just right. Not too heavy, not too sharp, just effortless, graceful, and endlessly flattering. Meet the shoulder-length lob with soft waves, a cut that moves like a breeze but anchors you with quiet confidence. For women over 50, especially those who wear glasses, this style is a gift because it understands what you need: lift, softness, and balance. Not just for your hair, but for your whole face. Straight hair can fall too flat. Curls can feel too bulky. But waves, gentle, undone, intentionally unpolished, they bring life. They make your hair feel fuller without weight. They bring attention to your eyes, your cheeks, your smile. And most of all, they dance with your frames. If you wear square glasses, waves soften the corners. If your frames are round, they echo the curves. The lob doesn't compete. It complements. It lets the whole face breathe. And it's practical too. It air dries beautifully. It needs only a curling wand or a few twists overnight. No heat, even better. A little volume spray, a scrunch and go. Because your mornings should be yours, not your mirror's. And if you want to take it further, add soft highlights. Not loud streaks, but the kind of color that mimics sun-kissed memories. A few strokes of light around the face, and suddenly your complexion glows. Your glasses glint. Your whole presence brightens. The shoulder-length lob gives you versatility. You can tuck it, clip it, sweep it back, or let it fall freely and do what it does best: move. It's long enough to feel feminine, short enough to feel fresh. It's a silhouette that lifts, without needing volume. It's a frame that flatters, without stealing focus. And when paired with a bold lip, a favorite scarf, or a simple, confident smile, you'll feel it. That shift, that lift, that sense that you've stepped into a version of you that's both new and deeply familiar. There's something about a chin-length bob that feels clean, confident, and completely intentional. But when you add face framing layers, something magical happens. The angles soften, the cut breathes, and suddenly it becomes more than a style. It becomes an embrace. If you've ever stood in front of the mirror, pushing strands this way and that, wondering how to bring life back to tired hair, this cut might be your answer. It begins just at the chin, drawing a gentle line along the jaw that flatters rather than exposes. But here's the key. It doesn't stop there. The layers come in, softening the transition between hair and skin, creating movement that keeps the eye traveling upward. And for women who wear glasses, this style works like poetry. Those frames you wear, bold or delicate, square or round, are no longer isolated. They become part of a larger canvas. The layers curve in toward your face like gentle parentheses that hold everything together. They bring out the cheekbones, they skim past the temples, they create a balance between structure and softness. This is not a blunt bob. There's no harsh line slicing across your profile. Instead, there's movement, air, light. The bob doesn't box you in, it sets you free. Styling is simple. A round brush at the roots, a gentle curve at the ends. Let the layers do the lifting. If you want more dimension, ask for a few face-framing highlights, just enough to catch the light and warm the skin. And if you're feeling bold, add side-swept bangs, a soft veil that draws the focus to your eyes. This bob is for the woman who no longer wants to hide behind her hair, but also refuses to let it shout. It's a style that knows balance, that speaks clarity, that whispers, "I see myself now." And when paired with your glasses, your favorite earrings, a swipe of lipstick, the entire look says refinement without rigidity. This cut grows well, too. There's a myth that long hair is for the young, but you know better. Long hair, when done right, can be ethereal, elegant, empowered, and with the right cut, it doesn't weigh you down, it lifts you up. Enter long layers with wispy bangs, a look that's light, fluid, and quietly magnetic. This isn't the heavy, dragging length that dulls the face or stretches your features. This is softness. This is shape. This is movement with meaning. The long layers begin to fall like a soft cascade, starting from the jaw and flowing down, creating lift, not bulk. They carve air into the shape of your hair. They give it rhythm, life, and grace. And then there are the bangs, wispy, feathery, almost like a thought brushed across your brow. They're not heavy, not harsh, just a veil of lightness that grazes your forehead, dancing with your features instead of hiding them. For women who wear glasses, these bangs are a dream. They don't compete, they frame. They blend with the temples of your frames, softening the transition, adding a romantic touch without clutter. And that's the beauty of it. This style doesn't shout, it whispers. It flatters the cheeks, the jawline, the eyes. It lets your glasses shine without letting your hair disappear. The wispy bangs add a playful spirit, a touch of ease, a spark of something soft but self-assured. And the length, when layered, feels anything but heavy. It flows, it glides, it lifts with every step you take. To style it, keep it light, a round brush at the ends, a bit of mousse for volume, a dab of shine serum for glow. And let the natural curve of your hair do the rest. No need to flatten, no need to fight. You're not forcing your hair to be something it's not. You're giving it space to be its best version. And isn't that what we all want at this stage in life? To let go of the weight, the control, the harsh lines, and lean into softness, structure, and soul. Volume is not just about height, it's about presence, energy, vitality. The way your hair rises can change how you carry yourself. And after 50, when our strands begin to thin, when gravity pulls at both face and spirit, volume becomes your quiet rebellion. Not stiff, not teased into oblivion, but soft, strategic, supportive. It starts at the crown, a gentle lift, not a helmet. Think structure, not stiffness. Think elegance, not excess. A volumizing mousse applied at the roots. A round brush lifted upward as you blow dry, not to create a bump, but a breeze. For finer hair, use Velcro rollers at the top. Let them sit as you sip your morning tea. Let them shape without heat, without harm. The goal is not big hair, it's balanced hair, volume where you've lost fullness, around the temples, at the crown, along the part line. It lifts the face, brightens the eyes, and makes the jawline feel less heavy, less defined by time. For women with glasses, volume is a bridge. It draws attention above the frames. It keeps the gaze from sinking. It allows your lenses to shine without dominating. Because when hair lies too flat, especially near the part, it can make the face feel longer, tired, drawn. But with volume, even just a little, everything changes. Your expression feels lighter. Your cheekbones feel lifted. Your whole silhouette feels refreshed. Avoid heavy products that weigh the strands down. Avoid thick gels and sticky sprays. Opt for texture sprays, root-lifting foams, dry shampoos that add grit and subtle structure. And always flip your head upside down for that final tousle. It's not about mess, it's about movement. And movement is youth. It says, I'm still here, still vibrant, still in motion. Even if the color has faded, even if the strands aren't as full, volume reminds the world that your story still has shape. If you wear your hair short, volume at the crown elongates the neck. Sometimes the smallest change makes the loudest difference. A soft whisper can carry across a crowded room. A single brushstroke can shift an entire painting. And in the world of hair, one part, just a few centimeters to the left or right, can change how the world sees you, and more importantly, how you see yourself. Let's talk about the side part. It's not dramatic. It doesn't require scissors, no dye, no product, just a comb and a decision. But the results? Transformational. Because after 50, our features shift. Our cheeks may hollow. The skin around our eyes may soften. Our faces become less symmetrical. And that's natural. That's life. But a center part doesn't forgive. It demands precision. It splits the face right down the middle, highlighting every line, every shift, every change. But a side part, the side part, it moves diagonally, softening what's sharp, lifting what feels heavy, and balancing what time has sculpted. It draws the eye upward, toward the eyes, away from the jaw. It creates volume on one side, adding dimension without trying. And for women who wear glasses, the side part is pure harmony. It angles the hair around your frames, creating shape without bulk. It allows one side to tuck gently behind the ear, showing off earrings, cheekbones, smiles. The other side can cascade softly, whispering across the forehead like a silk ribbon. And if you have bangs, even better. Side-swept bangs blend effortlessly into the part, guiding the gaze to the heart of your expression. The side part adds softness, not because you're hiding, but because you're framing, highlighting, celebrating. Try it, even just for a day. Switch your part. Look in the mirror. Notice how your whole face feels more open, more lifted, more alive. You don't need a salon. You don't need approval. Just a moment, a mirror, and a bit of curiosity. Sometimes the change we crave is already within reach. There's a moment in every woman's life when she realizes it's not the length of her hair that matters most, it's the way it moves, the way it frames, the way it makes her feel. And the neck-length bob with layers understands this like no other cut. It's elegant, without being rigid, structured, but never sharp. Classic, yet endlessly modern. This is not the chin-length bob that cuts at the jaw and dares the eye to settle where gravity has softened things. This is longer, softer, more forgiving. Just grazing below the jawline, it creates space between face and neckline, between line and lift. And those layers? They do more than add shape. They bring movement. They release weight. They keep the bob from feeling like a box and turn it into a breeze. This is the kind of cut that flows when you walk, that lifts when you smile, that says, I've arrived, but in a whisper, not a roar. For women over 50, this length is strategic. It elongates the neck without clinging. It draws the eye upward without effort. And for glasses wearers, this bob is a dream. The soft layers curve away from the face, offering just enough air between your frames and your features. It never competes. It complements. A simple tuck behind the ear, a soft bend at the ends. And suddenly, you look polished, but not forced. Styling it is as graceful as the cut itself, a round brush for lift, a light serum for shine, a few rollers if you want extra bounce. And the best part? This bob grows well. Even after weeks, the shape remains. The layers evolve. The elegance lingers. Ask your stylist for long, blended layers that begin below the cheekbones. Avoid heavy stacking. You're not building height. You're creating flow. You deserve a cut that grows with you, that moves with you, that respects where you've been and where you're going. Because hair at this stage isn't about hiding flaws, it's about reflecting who you've become. The neck-length bob with layers is more than a hairstyle. It's a quiet kind of confidence, a soft structure for a strong soul. It says, I am not chasing youth, I am honoring my own version of beauty. One layer, one lift, one look at a time. There's something timeless about long hair. It whispers of freedom, of femininity, of a woman who still believes in softness and strength coexisting. But after 50, long hair needs purpose. It needs shape. It needs intention. Because without it, length becomes a burden, a curtain, a drag on your spirit. But with the right layers, the right texture, and the right vision, long hair can become your signature. Not a remnant of younger days, not an attempt to hold on, but a conscious choice to honor the woman you are now. It begins with movement. Long hair must move. It must catch the light when you walk through a doorway. It must sway when you turn your head. And that's where layers come in. Face framing layers that kiss the cheekbones, that soften the jawline, that lift without taking away. They give long hair air. They release the weight. They create dimension. So every strand tells a story instead of hiding one. And for glasses, long hair can still shine. It just needs balance. Tuck one side behind the ear. Let the other fall softly forward. Let it frame but not compete. Wispy bangs can add softness to the forehead. Side-swept pieces can guide the gaze toward your eyes, not your frames. And highlights, even subtle ones, can breathe light into the look. Styling long hair should feel like care, not work. Use a large barrel brush for smooth volume, or let it dry naturally for a more relaxed grace. Skip the heavy gels, skip the stiff sprays. Let your hair have a little freedom, like you've finally given yourself. Long hair is not about pretending you're still 30. It's about choosing what feels true to you. You don't need to cut it just because someone said you should. You don't need to shorten it because you turned a certain age. You need only to shape it with love, to wear it with clarity, to move through the world as a woman who knows what suits her and honors it without apology. Long hair with purpose isn't rebellious. If you've made it this far, thank you. Thank you for honoring yourself, for pausing to reflect, for choosing to see beauty not as something behind you, but something still unfolding. You are not just aging, you are becoming, layer by layer, day by day. And your hair, it's part of that story, not just a style, but a statement, not just length or shape or trend, but a reflection of who you are when the world grows quiet and you finally listen in. So many women reach a certain age and wonder, is it still okay to be seen? Is it still possible to feel beautiful? Let me tell you, not only is it possible, it is essential. You were never meant to fade. You were never meant to shrink, to disappear, to hide behind strands that no longer serve you. You were meant to glow, to walk into rooms with the grace of someone who's lived, who's loved, who's survived and softened and still dares to rise. Whether you choose a soft bob, a shag, a layered lob, or long flowing locks, let it be a choice that feels like truth. Let it lift what time has lowered. Let it frame what the years have shaped. Let it highlight the wisdom in your eyes and the fire that still burns beneath your calm. Because style isn't about chasing youth, it's about choosing presence. You wear glasses, then let them shine. Let your hair support them, not fight them. Let your frames be a window, not a wall. And above all, let your reflection meet your gaze with kindness. If this message touched you, if it made you feel a little lighter, a little braver, a little more yourself, don't keep it to yourself. Share it. Leave a comment and tell us which style called to you, which one felt like home. Because this space isn't just about beauty, it's about belonging. If you'd like more tips, more inspiration, more reminders that elegance doesn't end with time, subscribe, tap the bell. Stay with us on this journey, because here we honor the woman you've become, not the girl you used to be. Here, we believe that with the right cut, the right care, and the right intention, you don't just look better, you feel more like you. Until next time, stay radiant, stay real, stay rooted in your beauty. You are not past your prime, you are in your power, and your hair, just like your heart, was made to shine,